Hello everybody, and welcome back to this channel. Today we are talking about the importance of spending less than you earn. It is imperative, it is obligatory. I don't know how I can emphasize the importance of you spending less than you earn. You cannot work and spend everything. So these are the cons. If you work and spend everything, that means you plan to work until your 80. Work until you're 90. There has to be a point where you retire. There has to be a point where your hard work starts to pay off and you sit back and you relax. So if you're working and you're spending everything, what will you do in the case of an emergency? If you have an emergency, how do you take care of yourself? I've seen people lose their jobs and they've gone for 1, 2, 3, up to 7 months before picking up something else. How do you do in those times? And some people say, well, you know what? I'm in this profession where I can pick up a job the very next day. It's easy for me to pick up a job if I do lose my job. Good and fine. You always get a job. What about the time where you're not able to work? Because it's one thing to get a job. It's also another thing to be able to work. There are times where you're not able to work. I've seen people, they get pregnant, they have other things, health issues can come up where you're not able to work for a season. How do you take care of yourself? Let's say you're not sick, nothing happens, no emergency. What about if a member of your family is in an emergency and they expect or they hope that you'll be able to participate or assist them get out of the situation? What happens then? What happens then? You know, in the Bible, there's a story about a king. He had a vision. In that vision, or you can call it a dream, he had a scenario where there was fatness, and then he had a dream where there was thinness. And what was the solution? Joseph was the one who came and interpreted this dream. What did he say? In the 7 years of plenty, we are going to save a lot of the food, and then in the 7 years of lack and famine, we are going to then depend on the years of fatness. What does that tell you? There are seasons in life. So there are certain seasons in life where you're at your prime, you're making more, your energy is full. You are supposed to save for other seasons where things are not just as you plan. Things might not go as you plan. What do you do then? That's when you fall back on your saving. First of all, how do you build wealth if you do not save? To invest either in real estate, either in a business, either in a stock market, you need to have some kind of savings to begin with. Even if you're to get a loan from the bank to go into business, they require you to put down some kind of down payment. Even in real estate, you're required to put down something. How do you do that if you do not save? How do you do that if you do not save? The wider the gap between your income and your expenses, the quicker it is for you to begin to build wealth. And I'm not saying you should just save and save and save, because just saving is not going to help you either way. By the way, if you're saving so much and you're not investing, you're going to end up losing part of the savings to inflation. That's a topic for another day, by the way. But I want to let you know that it's important that you save for emergencies. It's important that you save so you can invest. It's important that you save so you can go into business for yourself if that's what you choose to do. The Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So if you do not save and plan and invest, how do you leave an inheritance for your children's children, like the Bible recommends or commands us to do? So I want to let you know that savings is possible for everybody regardless of their income. The mistake most people make is they think they have to pay all their bills and then whatever is left they're supposed to get savings out of it. That's not how it works. Anybody who has saved money knows that you save first before you go into paying other bills. You pay the bank, you pay the insurance company, you pay the auto company, and then you are the last to be paid. Your savings is you paying yourself. Pay yourself first before you pay everyone else. That's what saving does. You're paying for your own peace of mind. You're paying for any emergency that might come up. You're paying yourself for all that. You're paying yourself with the ability to build wealth in future, financial wealth. So it is important that when you get your paycheck, you save first. Guess what? It doesn't matter how much you earn. You save first, and whatever is left is always enough. I have tried it several times. Whatever is left is always enough. You just have to adjust. Certain things have to be adjusted. I know you cannot adjust your rent. I know you cannot adjust your car insurance. There are things you cannot adjust, but there are many other things that can be adjusted. So I want to let you know or recommend that from today, when you get paid, at least 5% of your paycheck should go into savings first. Whatever is left, life will accommodate it. Experience has proven that over and over. But if you're going to do everything else and put savings as the optional thing on your list, why is your car not optional? Why is your rent not optional? These are other people that you put first above yourself. Why is it paying your own self? Why is that the only thing that you make optional? Paying everyone else is not optional. So I want you to change the way you're thinking going forward. I want you to make paying yourself as important as and as obligatory as you make paying your insurance company, paying your mortgage company, and everyone else that you rush off to pay every month. It's imperative that you pay your own self, and that's what savings does. So that you can have peace of mind. You can transition as you transition during different financial seasons of your life or your career. As you go into savings and building wealth, it's imperative that you save. So save first, and then everything else will fall in place. At least 5% is my recommendation. If you make bare minimum wage, I know with the current inflation, it gets even a little bit more tricky. But if you make the bare minimum, let's say you make about $17 a week, $17 an hour, I would recommend that you save at least $60 every week. That's my recommendation. If you make even more than that, then good and fine. 10% is recommended. Up to 15, you can save as much as you can during the seasons that you're able to, because it's not all the seasons in your life that you'll be able to save at the same rate. That is my recommendation for you. Increase the gap between your income and expense. Make the gap as wide as possible. And that is the key and your entry, your foundation to building financial wealth. Thank you again for coming to this channel. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.